Hallelujah. What's up, gamers? I need to make the stream not as long as I did today. I'm only operating off of 2 hours of sleep. Heh. That's okay. But what's up, gamers? We're here. Oh, man. Oh, man, oh, man. I need to take care of I need to go to the doctor. I've been having, like, ringing in my ears for a long time, and I think it's because of earwax. I want to take care of that shit. I had the first day of my course today, though. That was fun. Oh, man. Let me grab some water as well. Might as well. Alright. Ugh. $607 subs. Insert 6-7 joke here. I wonder what's the most commonly shoplifted items. Yeah, baby formulas. There was baby formula. Ay, ay, ay. I really don't understand how many times it needs to be told to these fucking Asmondards. Stealing is kind of icky and stinky. It's like, yeah, sure. But I know where it comes from. It makes sense why people do it. Do I think it's a good thing? No. I don't think it's a good thing. But I understand why people do it. People are just trying to live. I don't blame them. The fact that I have to constantly deal with these, like, idiots just not understanding very, very basic concepts is annoying. Denaturated carbon. Or hydrogen. Okay. So, turn the steam into hydrogen. Then use the hydrogen to make denaturated hydrogen. This is the containment for the denaturated hydrogen, which takes rubies and a couple of other things, as well as carbon. This is only if the carbon is going critical. So that's a way to take care of denaturated hydrogen that's going critical. Alright. Hydrogen plate stable. So just stick it in an assembly machine, I guess, to make it stable. Hydrogen plate stabilization. You take an unstable plate and hydrogen gas, you make it stable. At least you have a 3.5% chance of making it stable. This shit is a natural loop until it eventually becomes a stable plate. Spoil time of 5 minutes. Stable spoils into one that's going critical. Right, this shit also needs diamonds. Which we don't have a lot of. But then again, this is the first thing that we're going to be researching is this. Diamond synthesis. Which in of itself, it's like Covarex, but not as good. But you only need 1 diamond for the process. But it is made in a pressure forge, and pressure forges have a chance of making better stuff, so. Perhaps I could try to use circuit logic with splitters. See if I can make that work. Because we're going to need the synthesis process if we want to reliably make the high pressure science back. And also for rocket fuel as well. This shit is a loop. Okay. This is gonna be a bit of a shit show. Power to be fluctuating a little. Okay, well, at the very least we'll need some carbon. To do it with particle manipulators or not particle manipulators? I mean, this is probably a better recipe. Yeah, crafting speed of 1 is so bad. Do I really not produce enough fucking copper? Of all the things I don't produce enough of copper. Well, I'll be. Oh. Never mind. I know why. It's because you're still heating up. We'll produce enough copper eventually. So, not to say, I could have sworn I added another line of 18. I did. Just ain't heated up yet. That's fine. For the time being, though, we do not have enough copper. For now. For now. Not really certain how much of this stuff I'll need. But we can make more than we need. Oh my goodness, it's my biggest parasocial fan, it's Zane. Here to be parasocial yet again. Shaking my fucking head, dude. By posting some fucking goddamn da-boo-boo. Have you no shame? Have you no shame, Zane? Oh no. It's over. Parasociality has won. I was too weak to prevent it. It's Jover. It's over for me. You had a weird parasocial experience with Warframe. Iron Mouse isn't currently playing Warframe. What the? What the heck? Excuse me. That's a good burp, though. It was a good burp, folks. Someone was teaching tried to follow me on Instagram, and he also lived in Florida and wanted to meet up. I only knew him for 3 days. Yeah, that's a... No. I will do anything possible to strive for that. Like, just to not have that form of parasociality with anyone. I'm not gonna lie. I'll be like, brother, I have no idea who the fuck you are, bro. Don't be that parasocial, Reno. It's very weird. Bertajo, you purport to be a streamer, yet you don't like parasocial relationships. What's up with that? I think they're bad. Libtard hates parasocial relationships. He hates every single VTuber on the planet. Grr. It's like, sure, man. He hates the very concept of streaming itself. Sure, man. Oh my god. And his cock is massive. What the? Cool with a lot of people, and a lot of people I teach end up becoming friends eventually, but that was a little weird. That should be a little weird, Zane. Because that is a little weird. It's just like, it's like the meme with, Bobby from, you know, King of the Hill. I don't know you. I don't know who you are. And then he just runs away. That's the correct thing to do. Especially with someone who's being very parasocial. Okay. Now I have to make this dumbass hydrogen. Teaching Gen Alpha players is incredibly weird. What's weird about it? They want all the info instantly without trying themselves and can't read my basic instructions. Yeah, it's not how learning works, unfortunately. Has a boomer moment and says, guys, is this generation cooked? The answer to the question is yes, it is cooked, but for not great reasons. Okay. Man, I'm fucking tired, dude. Many people are asking, well, Dahu, if you're so tired, why are you here? I'm here for the people. But I'm here to also say that I am at 607 subscribers. Man, this kind of sucks, I'm not gonna lie. I literally had to highlight a section on conversation we had and genuinely baffled, didn't understand. Look at Discord. Sure. Where is it? There it is. Oh shit, alright, I have 3. How do I use them? I have a question. Where's my Uriel have a mod cap of 74, but all of my other frames have a cap of 44? Not exactly sure what that means exactly, but I'm assuming from the little that I've seen of Warframe, because a bunch of my buddies also played as well. You have like all these different modules that provide like certain modifiers, and they have effects, and they do stuff, and you make builds, blah 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 blah. Right? I'm just not sure what the significance of the cap is. That's the only thing I'm not sure about. I assume each mod has a certain mod cap, and you can run a certain amount of mods depending on said cap, I guess. Because I think things stack in Warframe, I think. I'm not sure, though. Could be completely wrong on that. Other half of that convo explains it. If you click actions in the modding, you'll have an Orokin reactor, Potato. It doubles mod capacity because you bought him. It comes pre-installed. Dude, it comes pre-installed with your... what's the fucking meme? What's the pre-installed meme? Oh, it's literally the Uno meme. There we go. It's the Uno meme. It's like, dude, it comes installed with your Xbox, dude. Dude, you already have Uno on your fucking Xbox, dumbass. It comes pre-installed with it. Fucking some Evangelion type shit. You dumbass, it comes pre-installed with, whatever the fuck. It's double mod capacity, but I literally already told him he's, like, incapable of backtracking information. That's definitely annoying. He's also doing the thing of surrendering his thinking by asking me instead of trying to figure it out. That is definitely, I can definitely agree, that's very fucking annoying. I have to actively force him to think on his own. But this is almost every Gen Alpha person I meet on Warframe. They, I mean, listen. Now, we can do the whole, like, boomer, not millennial, but we can do the whole boomer meme and say, like, oh, it's all because they don't want to work hard, right? It's like, well, that's not exactly how it is. It's the result of AI. That definitely is a true statement. AI is certainly not helping the situation. Like, listen, do I use, like, AI overview stuff sometimes when I do my whatever the fuck? Yeah, but very often it's because I'm doing a segment on the fly. If I look at a fucking particular take, I'm capable of forming an opinion on said take. I have my critical thinking faculties are in place. With, like, Gen Alpha, it's, like, fucking cooked. Yeah. There was a video I think Vosh watched on his stream of someone who was just not capable of reading. Like, just couldn't read. And it wasn't even like a crazy difficult sentence. They just couldn't read. And it's like, oh my fucking god, you know? Okay, I just wanted to make this so then I can figure out. So as you can see, when you get rid of the denaturated carbon, it fucking explodes. Or not carbon, hydrogen, it explodes. So try not to make it explode. All I wanted was to get the new recipe, so then I could just start to figure everything out and ratio it all out and shit like that. Habibi, I'm literally dyslexic and I'm more capable. I also think I have some flavor of dyslexia. I can definitely read. I read, I write, I do fucking, like, political segments, which is nothing but critical thinking. Okay, so, what the fuck are we doing here? Hydrogen filament is one of the things we need. Obviously, it explodes. Rather, the denaturated carbon explodes. Okay. So we know that. Hydrogen plate containment. So, okay, the first thing we need to do is to figure out this fucking loop right here. We start with this. Hydrogen metallization. Do you understand, Zane? What we want to do is rather simple. We take the denaturized carbon, or hydrogen. I keep saying carbon. Okay, essentially we're turning a gas into a solid, and since it's hydrogen, hydrogen is incredibly unstable. It touches anything, it will want to explode. Hydrogen is the first element in the periodic table, if I recall correctly. And since it is a atom with a single electron, it basically wants to combine with anything. Basically. So that gets taken care of. What we want to do with this stuff is to start making it into plates. So we have to take that shit and then basically do a bunch of fucking rolls, unironically. Until we get the plates that we're looking for, and then we can make products and science packs. Which is obviously what we're here for. I will ban you for being stupid. I will do it. I will ego mog you. God, I hate you people. You know what? Fuck you, says slurs on the internet about you. Is that what you want? Do you want me to say slurs? I'll do it. I'll fucking do it. I will. Okay, so we need to make sure that we take care of the hydrogen, the denatured. Good one. Fucking good one, Blurp. Just like dying, basically. Okay, so the hydrogen is capable of going critical. We need to take care of the hydrogen that goes critical. I believe I am probably going to need to increase my capacity for steam. As in, we're going to double this. What does Daho need? Steam. When does he need it now? And just like that, we now have double the steam production. Soon. Which means it's time to make a lot more hydrogen. Because, oh boy, we are going to need it. Not to mention pipes. I also need more pipes. Do. The Supreme Court has immediately issued its judgment striking down Louisiana's congressional map as a racial gerrymander. Wow. Unironically, they gutted the fucking Voting Rights Act. And then immediately struck down the fucking gerrymandered map that initiated that fucking Supreme Court challenge. That's hilarious. Getting clipped. Magadaho. Oh no. Is that what you want? Do you want me to say slurs? Real. I'll do it. I'll fucking do it. I will. This is true. I'll say them. And there's very little you can do about it. Stupid fucking communist! This is also true. Stupid fucking communist. Dude, we are getting some like really like real special cases in fucking the shoplifting video. Food can be obtained for free at food banks. Clothes can be obtained for free from churches and charities. Housing isn't free, but you can't shoplift it. Buddy, in Canada, the amount of people going to food banks has gone up significantly. Like a massive, massive, massive amount. Right? They're starting to run out of food. They're not going to be able to provide their services anymore. Because again, the point is that charitable causes can only go so far. True, Zane. If only we had these socialist policies to make it such that fucking food banks wouldn't have to be a necessity. These people are too stupid. They can't think laterally. Dude, like, all the nearby stores are gonna close due to thievery. Actual fucking retard brain shit. Just retarded. Yeah, man, because the stores are gonna close because of fucking some thievery. Large box retailers are going to close their fucking doors because of like some petty thievery. You're just an idiot. Like, actually just fucking retarded. No, it's the cucked American, like, retard individualistic mentality that has been instilled since the fucking 40s. Since the 40s and 50s. Or actually, no, since about the 50s. That's gonna make lolicons mad. Ethan Klein accidentally revealed that Hassan is the only account he follows on Twitch. Wow. That's so bad. Jesus Christ. That is, unironically, I think one of the most pathetic things ever, dude. Well, I mean, no, here's the thing, Zane. If people knew that their taxes were actually going to something valuable, like that's going to actually accomplish something for their community or for their city, no one would give a fuck about paying for taxes. People would be like, yes, I would love to pay my taxes. Like, unironically. The problem is that that's just not the case in the United States of America. So everyone fucking hates their taxes because intrinsically people understand that it just all goes to worthless fucking nonsense. And just the Republican Party has been so effective and successful in terms of sort of painting government as this like essential like money sink, and it's meant to become exists to be completely useless in the minds of the American troglodyte. They think like, whatever, who gives a shit? Actually, no. Taxes are bad because of all these reasons, yada yada yada. It's very dumb. Ethan has actual Hassan derangement syndrome. Yeah, it's a disease. He has a mental disorder. Unironically. Okay, so doped rocket fuel. Okay, so the strength of this recipe, Zane, is we actually will gain in terms of active hydrogen plates because of the latent 50% productivity within the pressure forge. We actually will, for every one of doped rocket fuel that we make what, 1.5 hydrogen plates. Or more easily, it's for every 2 doped rocket, we make 3 hydrogen plates. We're gonna have to make some labs down here, though. Basic labs will do the trick. Okay, so rocket fuel goes here. It's the denaturated carbon. Gold heat pipe. We are making a boatload of steam. If we need to make more steam, we can make more steam. About 8250 steam per second. It's a lot of steam. We need a lot of steam, though. USA Today column equates Hassan Piker and Nick Fuentes. Sparking clash. Oh boy. The centrist retards are out in full force. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so for our recipes and whatnot, we're going to need a bunch of these. For a purpose exactly, to take care of the extra carbon, or not the carbon, to take care of the critical denatured hydrogen. So we'll take care of this first. The denatured hydrogen, we're going to bring in via robot, because it'll be more than fast enough. So to assemble stable hydrogen plates, we do it with assembly machines. How exactly does this work? Hydrogen metallization is what we start with first. And it's just a loop. However, since it's done with the pressure forge, eventually we will start to make more of it. And then the hydrogen plate stabilization with the unstable hydrogen plates, that's how we get our stable hydrogen plates. And about 60% of the time, this does nothing. And then we can have a line for hydrogen plate containment in case shit happens. Okay, that's normal. Does everybody understand what exactly we're talking about here? Do we all understand the assignment? Yes, we need to build a bigger military. That's correct. Good job, Zane. You get a dipshit coin. Spend it in any way you see fit. Spend your retard coin in any way you see fit. Alright, you will be taking care of the trash. I have no idea if this is going to be enough denatured hydrogen. To be quite honest. Part of me wants to say that it's probably not enough. Yes, this is a self-sustaining loop, so we don't have to care about that all that much. In fact, I probably don't even need this long of a line of denatured hydrogen. This actually probably is a detriment to me. And in fact, Keep this all in one line. We actually don't want this much of this stuff at all. Because this is a self-sustaining loop. And in fact, we'll be making denaturated hydrogen. Actually, I don't know why the fuck I'm doing this like this. This is dumb. I don't want that stuff in the belt for too long, so we'll actually post these here. Alright. .48 per second. Wie viel nicht zum Speed-Modules sein. Und like this should be okay. I hope. I'm a doctor. What the hell? That's fucking awesome. Can we make that as an emote? 100% can't. We're adding that to the retinue. That is fucking sick. What do I replace with Daho Jesus? And will Twitch get mad at me for that one? That's funny, bro. My God. God, that's awesome. What are we getting rid of for Daho Jesus? Well, I could make that a tier 2 emote. There we go. Genius. Pay me more money so I can be Jesus. You will give me more money. No, I'm gonna make it the tier 3 sub emote. Yes. Oh my God. I'm gonna make it amazing. Oh. That's my expectation. That's what I want. It's like either that or I get rid of the goblin emote. You know what? I think alongside the you know what? Actually, if we make the Jesus emote and we I think we're gonna change the raid signal. Actually, we'll see if Twitch doesn't have a problem with it. Right? If Twitch doesn't have a problem with it, we're gonna be like, you have been blessed by Romanian Jesus. Daho Raidba, you've been blessed by Romanian Jesus. We're starting to bank up diamonds again as well. It's good. Lovely. Goblin will be retired for the new emote. That is going to be a certainty, I think. I put this. Want to put tingus? I had to put in a pompa. Put this? Pompa? Okay, fine. Put this. Boy Meets Smitty's gonna love this emote. Here's the one for the raid. Why does he love doctors? Oh, he's a big fan of this particular doctor. It looks like I'm holding balls. That's so good. That's fucking awesome. Yo. God, that's funny. Alright, time to see if Twitch will hate me for that one. Alright, goodbye, Goblin. Dude, what is the shit that's going on behind me? What the fuck? Image format not supported? What fucking image are you? Fucking WebPs are so fucking cringe. WebP to PNG, I believe is what Twitch wants. God, that's awesome. God, it's so funny. I'll have to change. I'll change the command. You know what? We're gonna give the people a choice. Either spam "You've been blessed by Romanian Jesus," Daho Raidba. Perfect, actually. I think that's a perfect synchronization of the it's actually not a synchronization whatsoever. It's an evolution. We're making it stronger. These are fucking gold. God, that's awesome. Yeah, that's great. Hello, I am Romanian Jesus. Oh man, that's great. That's so good. Alright, WebP to... It should be PNG. Yes. We're uploading Daho Jesus. I don't know if we want to make a transparent background. I think we might want to get rid of the wall In the back, keep the microphone. The microphone has to be there. But like the wall in the background and everything, I think it should be gotten rid of. Now that I look at it. Wait, no, that's not Pogo. That's. Oh my god, that's so funny. I will purify the Satan. I will purify satanic Israel. Dude, that's awesome. That is awesome. That's so good.
No, you're being offensive to Christians.
Good.
What do you have to say for your behaviors, Daho?
Fuck you. Suck my entire cock and balls? Okay, so the denaturated hydrogen. Denaturated metallic hydrogen fragment that will explode imminently. AKA 1 minute spoil time. So this thing explodes after 1 minute. However, we stick it in this recipe right here, and it will not explode. Capiche? Do you understand what I'm saying? Hey, capiche? Capiche. And these are more active because the purple chests. Because we're going to do all of this, I think, by bot. I think that's the correct way of doing this. Is all by bot. The pro MAGA meme. I thought it was cleansing the taint of Israel. I mean, it's still funny though. That's good. I'm cleansing Israel. I'm cleansing the demon Trump from Israel. Posted in memes. It's good. Goes to look in the meme channel. Does not see it. I've been lied to? What the? Does everything possible to not be a meme jacker? Because I'm not like Destiny. Or Esteban Bonoblo III. Don't be an Esteban. People will hate you for good reasons. Don't be an Esteban. Never go full as Epstiny. Never go full Epstiny. Oh, you're talking about the Pragmata one. Yes. That was funny. I thought you were talking about the Jesus. No. That was funny. That was good. That was good. That was good. Fantastic. Very good. Very cool, folks. Okay, so how about we do a little something funny? We do a little bit of trolling. Yeah, he's a whale guy. He's just a whale guy. He's just a small whale guy. He's a whale guy, Mr. Will J.D. Vance. You whale guy. Will guy Vance. You will. He's so whittle. Well, since we're here, make this 40. 40. Now you you cooked with that one. You are cooking up something fierce with that one. But it is currently uploaded as an emote. We'll see if Twitch decides to be a butthole about it or not. But it should be fine. If not, I can just change it to, like, instead of it being Jesus, I could say Messiah or something. Could you honestly just from, I think the only touch to add, just like remove the walls and the door. Everything else I think is fine. Just like remove that, and I think it's perfect. Actually, no, I wouldn't say Messiah, I'd say prophet. I mean, we do talk very, very often about Cain, and Cain is a noble prophet. Huh? I haven't seen those get damaged before. The prophet Cain. Okay, so this is ready. Okay, we have to start with this. This is the starting recipe that we want to work with. You know, the fact that these motherfuckers are not compatible at all with beacons just greatly upsets me. I'm not gonna lie. Alright, how much do you need? Right, actually, no. We can just go as far as we want with this. Yeah, we can just go as far as we want with this. It doesn't matter. Much hydrogen do you consume? Woof! 64k per second. We do not produce that much. Oh, actually, I think we do. That's the steam. Yeah, we don't. That is still not enough. But we need a fuck ton of these recipes. Luckily, producing hydrogen gas is like the least concern. I meant for the emote. I meant just for the emote version. The one where it looks like I'm holding a pair of balls. Gotcha. That is 0.0062. Actually, no. Do we need this much? I don't think we even need this much for unstable plate, to be honest. No, I think this might be overkill, because I'm going to rely, for the production of these things. Wicked. That is perfectamundo. Now, are you a dastardly web P? Yes, because you hate me. Discord.
That's a bunch of malarkey.
This is true. I don't like AI slop, but in this case, the meme fits perfectly. That's true. It's too good. Yeah. I'm a doctor. Mm-hmm. We have found another ethical use for AI slop. Oh man, that should be the emote name, Doctor. If Twitch gets mad with me, we'll change the name to that. Well, I already yeeted the goblin. Goodbye, goblin. No one uses the goblin. People use the red eye emotes, but no one uses goblin. No one wants to go goblin mode. It's crazy. Can't afford the sub, otherwise I would. It's all good. Just bug Boy Meets Mini about it or something. I should say that. That's bad. Oh, man. Give me a sub. Now, Boy Meets Mini will just give it to you. He doesn't give a shit. I mean, especially if you're creating something like that, he'll think it's hilarious. The fact that you're both fucking mini owners is so funny to me. Like, I have 3 mats, right? I have 3 different mats in the community, and 2 mini owners. Like, how the fuck do I do that? Like, how did I do that? Alright, we'll stop the factoring our Oreos. We have 3 mini owners. I think I know who you're talking about, but the name is blanking. Yeah, I do have 3. Why the fuck do I have 3 mini owners? And 3 mats? Very strange. Something good guy. No, I know who you're talking about. Yeah. They show up every now and again. Us libbed up mini owners. It's true. The Mini is the Ford F-150 for libs. That's a take. But it's probably true. I have no reason to doubt that. I'm gonna be so honest. Jim Clyburn endorses Xavier Becerra. Okay. I get so many complaints in my car, it's so weird. Why? It's you're a fucking Mini. I get so many complaints on my car, it's genuinely weird. Wait, did I miss something? I'm confused. Oh. Oh my god, that does say compliments. Fucking cooked, bro. Ay, ay, ay. I still find it fun you only have one emo from that guy you pay and you're just using my 5-minute slop. Don't worry about it. It's all good in the hood. And before Zane makes a key jingling emote now, the key jingling emote gets replaced. All right. Oh, what do we have to work with today? Besides me going to... me feeling very, very tired. We have to cover this stuff, though. Luckily, it's quick stuff, so it's not that big of a deal. One I think is kind of ass is the Cope and Seethe one. It's alright. Not the worst. Listen, I want to have... I gotta have Jetstream Sam somewhere, you know? That's the boy. Schizo Jetstream Sam. Is it possible to read the text? That's true. Honestly, it doesn't even really need the text. It can just be Jetstream Sam, like, turning back, just doing the, like, goofy, super smug smile. Like, that's just... that also conveys the message perfectly, I think. This is true. Alright. Gamers. I'm gonna grab some, not some water, but I'm gonna get to the bathroom. I'm gonna stretch my legs. And then... we're gonna do some fucking yapping. It's gonna be great, fantastic, very, very cool. But I'll be right back, gamers. Ugh. I ain't grabbed no turds from a bathroom. What the hell? The fucking shit. Ugh. where's my other tab? There's my other tab. Doot, doot. Close this. Close that. Flip here. Alright. Let's get started with this shit, shall we? More developments in terms of Iran War Watch. Oh my god, we love Iran War Watch, don't we? So, the President Trump has decided to go ahead with his cockamamie idea of, alright, you know what, we're gonna use the U.S. Navy in order to, well, escort ships through the Strait of Hormuz, folks. Okay. Some obvious problems with this, right? It should really go without saying. I wonder why from the beginning we have to even, I don't know, entertain this idea of having to escort ships through the Strait of Hormuz. It couldn't possibly be because of, well, shall we say, the president engaging in a illegal war of choice because he got convinced by Benjamin Netanyahu to do it. So, you know, that's cool, great, fantastic that we find ourselves in this position. So apparently, Iran has fired on U.S. vessels tied to Project Fucking Freedom. Interesting. And that's the name of the operation, I guess, that's meant to guide the ships through the goddamn fucking strait. Great. Fantastic. Iran has taken some shots at unrelated nations with respect to the ship movement. Project Freedom, including a South Korean cargo ship. Perhaps it's time for South Korea to come and join the mission. Why the fuck should they? You dumbasses unironically already took missile interceptors and, like, THAAD units and, like, Patriots already from the Koreans in order to send them over to the Middle East for an illegal and offensive war, which I'm pretty sure the Koreans are not particularly happy with. Keep in mind, South Korea, technically speaking, still at war with the North Koreans. Technically speaking. We've shot down 7 small boats, or as they like to call them, fast boats. It's all they have left. He's been making that claim like 70,000 fucking different times. They keep expecting him to make the same claim of, no, we've destroyed all the boats, folks. We got all of them, actually. The Iranian Navy's totally and utterly destroyed, folks. Let me tell you. Other than the South Korean ship, there's been at least, at this moment, no damage going through the strait. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth and the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Dan Kane, will have a news conference tomorrow morning. Thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald J. Trump. So, obviously, it should really go without saying that this is nothing more but just more cope from the President of the United States of America. It should really go without saying why it is an incredibly fucking stupid idea to use the U.S. Navy to guide a bunch of random-ass cargo ships through the Strait of Hormuz. Should really go without saying. Besides the fact that there are mines all over the place, but there's also drones and missiles that the Iranians can just shoot at the fucking boats for no goddamn reason. But, you know, then again, the United States, from what I understand, has a bit of a policy when it comes to the Navy, and that is, it is a big no-no. Or not a policy. Yeah, I guess it's a policy. It's a big no-no if you shoot at them with the, you know, with like missiles and drones and whatnot. And there's a particular reasoning for that. It's because of the broader concept I've talked about before. The reason why the United States decided to sort of take the task of becoming the quote-unquote world's police in their sort of like hegemonic control of all the trade routes throughout the entirety of the world. Basically, what the United States wants to have happen is they want to be like sort of the arbiters, but basically the main guys who are the, shall we say, like tollmen of like empires of old. They want to be the ones who quote unquote maintain all of the roads, militarily speaking, of trade. And essentially try to be like a middleman in a sort of sense there, kind of like what the Ottomans would do within the Mediterranean, but like not exactly the exact same thing. So obviously, the president is decided to make like dumbass fucking memes again. If their navy was destroyed, why would you say there's fast attack boats? If their air force is destroyed, why are you still getting hit with drones? Yada yada yada. I mean, it's standard fucking U.S. cope, very very standard. But here, this is a part of the operation, I believe, Project fucking Freedom. That's basically taking a bunch of ships across the Strait of Hormuz. So, I don't know, like, every, like, dumbass fucking, like, Trump supporting, like, MAGA dipshit weirdo is going to soy out for this. I have, like, the immediate question has to be, like, well, whatever happened to no new wars? I thought we weren't going to get any new wars, MAGA. Like, what's going on here? Yet here we are, still in the fucking goddamn Strait of Hormuz, in Iran alongside Israel doing a fucking illegal offensive war. For what reason? No reason whatsoever. And now the Navy of the United States of America is just going to have to, like, I don't know, go around just guiding all, like, random fucking cargo ships through the Strait of Hormuz. Like, it's stupid, man. Like, in every way possible, like, because all that has to happen is for the United States to basically just negotiate with the Iranians and just, like, take whatever off-ramp they can get and just, like, fuck off and just pretend to claim victory and then fuck off. And then things will get back to normal in maybe, like, a year or two. Maybe. Mines take a long time to clear out. But he's not going to do that because he just wants to be like, well, no, I want to be the macho man. I have to make this look like a victory for all of my stupid dipshits online, because that's all I care about. All of my dumbass sycophants online. I need to get a victory. I have to look like a Chad in front of the Iranians, because so far I've been getting absolutely fucking owned and made to look like a complete dumbass. Because so far, the Iranians have been playing the United States like a complete fiddle. Like, they've been looking ridiculous, they've been looking fucking stupid, and it should really go without saying just how much of a disaster this fucking war has been.
Operation Epic Fury. Right now, U.S.
Epstein's
forces
Fury.
are helping ships that are trapped in the Strait of Hormuz as part of what the president has dubbed Project Freedom.
So it comes as a second UK ship has reported they were attacked in the critical...
So again, I'm going to say this again. The reason why the president is as fucking pissed about what the Iranians are doing with the Strait is because the Iranians decided to start tolling the Strait of Hormuz. Right, so as far as we know from this, based off of this map here, the mines are around in this area of the Strait of Hormuz, leaving, like I predicted, this avenue right here still open. That is, again, this is completely Iranian territory. They can just do like whatever the fuck they want. They could charge tolls, and they wanted to use that money to essentially start doing reparations. Yada yada yada. Obviously, Trump only got pissed about that for one reason, and one reason only, because he wanted a cut. If there's any opportunity for the president to somehow, in like a cockamamie way, make money through an incredibly corrupt deal, or hears about money being made in an incredibly corrupt deal, and he's not getting a fucking cut of it, he gets fucking pissed, like all the time.
Waterway. Mark Meredith is live at the White House with the latest. Mark.
Charlie, Brian, and Ainsley, good morning, friends. Once again, this morning, U.S. Central Command is denying an Iran report that it had struck a U.S. warship. This back and forth all comes as the White House is launching a new effort to basically unclog the Strait of Hormuz.
Yeah, so that's like the main sort of thing that's going on right now. Allegedly, the Iranians sent an attack again at some U.S. ship. The U.S. is denying the attack while the Iranians are confirming the attack. Again, we have no idea who's telling the truth and who's lying.
Get ships that have been stuck in the Persian Gulf out of the area. You can imagine what it's been like the last
Stupid,
few months.
obviously.
The president is calling this a humanitarian mission in an effort to try to free up those ships. You can imagine...
Dude, it's listen, I'm trying to help the oil economy. This is a humanitarian mission specifically to save my own ass because of this fucking crisis that I caused.
Hilarious.
what it's been like for those cargo crews who have been stuck running out of food, waiting for relief. The president posting on Sunday, for the good of Iran, the Mideast, and the U.S., we have told these countries that we'll guide their ships safely out of these restricted waterways so they can freely and ably get on with their business. The ship movement is merely meant to free up people, companies, and countries that have done absolutely nothing wrong.
So here's what, technically speaking, yeah, sure, they have technically done absolutely nothing wrong. The problem is that they have to pay for the consequences of your fucking stupid ass actions. Like, dog, like, if you just didn't attack the Iranians when Benjamin Netanyahu decided to show up with his fucking boys in the Situation Room saying, like, Trump, do the war with Iran, because you'll get some kind of a legacy for yourself or whatever the fuck, then this wouldn't be a problem. But unfortunately, the president is a complete dullard who's just like a simp to Benjamin Netanyahu for whatever fucking reason, and decided to go ahead with the dumbest fucking war probably like on the planet. I'm gonna, like, again, like, nobody fucking approves of this war except for the Trump's, like, biggest fucking sycophants, and even those guys are, like, kind of shaky on this, which is really, really fucking stupid, man.
The Joint Maritime Information Center telling ships to cross the strait in Oman's waters under what's been called an enhanced security area. To protect those ships, U.S. Central Command has plenty of resources, including guided missile destroyers, land and sea aircraft, but Iran says they still have the upper hand. They claim those ships could still come under fire. The head of Iran's parliament posting, any American interference in the new maritime regime of the Strait will be considered a violation of the ceasefire. The Strait of Hormuz and the Persian Gulf would not be managed by Trump's delusional posts. No one would believe blame game scenario.
So you're telling me that the U.S. has once again violated another tenet of the fucking ceasefire? Again? Shocker. Whoa. Oh my goodness. They violated another tenet of the fucking ceasefire. Who would have fucking thought that could have possibly happened? I mean, like, I don't know, man. It's fucking stupid, bro. Anywho, there's a Belle of the Ranch video, I think, outlining this whole fucking situation. Why don't we take a look?
Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Belle again. So today, we're going to talk about Trump's war floundering and failing. It's been an eventful few days. We're going to try to get into all of this over the next few days. But as a brief summary, Hegseth spoke to Congress, got called out for misrepresenting the state of the conflict, and being in direct...
Oh, never mind. This is a video talking about all the events that have led up to this. Anyway, I think it's like fine to go over. Obviously, we've talked about the Hegseth hearings. It's corrupt. It's stupid. He's been lying. Blah 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 blah. There's been the scope of the attacks on the base have actually been worse than previously thought before. The he's been, like, consistently lying about a bunch of other fucking bullshit. We've seen a whole video about this before, about how much of a corrupt shithead, like, Pete Hegseth has been about all this. Like, besides the Deus Vult LARPing, all of the defensive capabilities at those bases were actually not there. He was lying about that. He directly has the blood of basically, like, 6 American service members on his hands because of his fucking lies and whatnot. Great, fantastic, very cool. Thank you, Pete, for being a complete dumbass. One of his close lawyer buddies, who's also suing the Navy, has like a senior advisor position to Pete Hegseth, so working within the Navy. So the obvious conflict of interest there. It's in every single way possible that Pete Hegseth could be like having conflicts of interest. Oh, he just does.
Contradiction to U.S. forces who were actually on the ground. Trump has been getting his feelings hurt because other countries wouldn't join his elective and unplanned conflict. So he announced the withdrawal of some U.S. troops from Germany.
Yeah, we mentioned that as well. Yeah, it wasn't the Germans who kicked out those U.S. troops. It was Trump pulling them back because he got mad.
Which the Germans shrugged off because it damages the United States, not them.
Yep,
Trump
they
declared
didn't really
an immediate
care.
end to hostilities, which seemed like nothing more than him calling his own base stupid and seeing if they'd still go along with it, while daring Republicans in Congress to oppose him.
Well, they are
Predictably,
stupid.
They did not oppose him, as he ran over the 60-day deadline for his war. Now, shortly after Trump claimed hostilities had ended, Trump...
So, by the way, that means in this particular instance, right? Because the president, based off the War Powers Resolution or something, he can only do this for 60 days. Then he has to go ask Congress to continue with the war. Now he has to, if he wants to continue doing any actions, he has to ask Congress for approval. But is he actually going to do that? Probably not.
said the U.S. would be escorting or directing civilian ships through the Strait of Hormuz. And Iran is saying they hit a U.S. Navy ship. CENTCOM posted to social media saying, quote, "No U.S. Navy ships have been struck. U.S. forces are supporting Project Freedom and enforcing the naval blockade on Iranian ports." Iran is saying they hit a U.S. vessel. The U.S. is saying they didn't. Who do you believe? Neither. After Hegseth's performance at the hearings, basically implying U.S. troops were liars, official statements from DoD have lost a lot of their value.
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, like, again, take anything that comes out of the mouth of Iran, like, with an absolute sort of, like, fucking grain of salt. But honestly, like, Pete Hegseth is probably fucking worse. Like, I'd be willing to fucking trust Iranian spokespeople way more than fucking Pete Hegseth of all people, who's just a consistent liar. It's like, at the very least, like, the lies the Iranians are probably saying for, like, propagandistic purposes have some grain of truth for them. Pete Hegseth will just straight up lie.
I would note that there's some very specific language in that CENTCOM denial. If your mission is to protect shipping going through the strait, you might want to comment on the status of the civilian ships you're supposed to be protecting. But maybe I'm reading too much into that. In unrelated news,
Reading too much.
The South Korean government confirmed there was an explosion and fire on one of its tankers, and a tanker from the UAE was reportedly attacked by drones or missiles. What I'm not reading too much into is the importance of Iran's claim, true or not. One of the popular memes about the U.S. military is "don't touch our boats," and it's a true meme. A strike against U.S. naval power generally elicits a massive response. The reason is because U.S. naval shipping is critical to our force protection efforts. Even the appearance of that being weak.
So that was the concept I was describing earlier. Yes, force fucking projection, right? Because the basic purpose of like the 11 fucking aircraft carriers, unironically, is essentially to act as basically ways to secure waterways, to secure trade across the fucking oceans, right? That is the fucking purpose of it, right? The concept, the idea of providing protection on the roads from the metaphorical sort of highwaymen that the empire typically provides, right? Because that's part of the reason why most like medieval sort of kingdoms, well, not medieval, but like ancient sort of kingdoms and empires, generally speaking, wanted to have all that fucking territory under their control so they can have control of ways of trade, right? Garrison them, make sure the territory is secure and safe, so then they can be the main administrators of the trade themselves and benefit from that sort of lucrative deal for their, well, own treasury.
Hurts the U.S. because it calls into doubt our ability to respond. So, whether Iran hit a U.S. ship or not, they claimed they did. They created the appearance of damaging U.S. force projection capabilities. Now, whether they felt comfortable doing that because the U.S. has never been viewed as weaker than it is right now, or because they don't think this administration understands force projection enough to respond, doesn't really matter. The United States has never appeared weaker or more incompetent on the world stage. Trump's elective war that he created to give him a tough guy persona showed that geopolitics doesn't care how many times you declare victory when geography says the strait isn't open. As far as Trump's claim that the strait is open, Brent crude is sitting at 114. WTI is also over 100 at time of recording.
What is it now, actually? Why don't we just take a quick look? What, WTI? Still the same, 114 and 104. I believe the market is going to open relatively soon. But obviously, like, take anything from here with an absolute grain of salt. These motherfuckers will just believe anything that comes out of the mouth of the president. But again, eventually this will just, like, no longer listen to the rantings and the ravings of the fucking president of the United States and just say, like, meh, fuck it, actually we don't care anymore. We're going to just go up and up and up and up and up. But at some point they'll just not care.
Both are almost double what they were at the beginning of the year.
True.
These numbers give you an immediate fact check for Trump's claims of success. Anyway, it's just a thought.
You all have a good day. True, we will have a good day. Or night in this particular instance. But yeah, I mean, like, what else is there to really say? Trump is now deciding to follow through with his threat? Not threat, but like a cockamamie sort of plan to guide a bunch of ships throughout the Strait of Hormuz. It's already broken a tenet of the fucking ceasefire. So the Iranians are going to be less likely to want to fucking negotiate with him because they've already been not interested at all in negotiating with the United States and Israel. Should be fairly obvious why that is the case. It's because of the fact that they keep breaking the ceasefires over and over and over again. Shocker, I know. And meanwhile, the president's just going to post some dumbass memes and all of his sycophants are just going to soy around him in a fucking circle. Meanwhile, the situation only continues to deteriorate further and further and further as mission creep becomes to keep, or basically just keeps ever coming more and more and more forward, right? Thus making the situation in terms of the global economy significantly fucking goddamn worse. So incredibly fucking stupid. But, like, I mean, all we can basically do is just, like, sit around and just be like, well, now what? And just suffer the fucking consequences. Like, unironically, we just have to deal with the consequences of the rantings and the ravings of a bunch of, like, sycophants and fucking morons. It's incredibly fucking annoying and stupid. Anywho, don't think there's, like, really much else to say besides, Trump, you're a fucking schizo, little bro. What the hell is Boy Meets Minnie doing here? Boy Meets Minnie. Jesus Christ, Zane. Chudharumba. Go on, Zane. The only ethical use of AI slop. Boy Meets Minnie, we also have a new emote. The only ethical uses of AI slop is used in the Daharumba channel. Now, this is what we call an ethical use of AI slop. I'm Jesus and I'm holding magical testicles. Oh man, it's good. It's funny. It's so much so. Well, you know what? We're actually going to do the change right now to the raid message. So that's the normal raid message, right? It's time. Oh, so we keep growing on YouTube, folks. It's great. It's fantastic. We love to see growth on YouTube, don't we? Commands. You have been blessed by Toru Jesus. Alright, lovely. The new raid message, okay, it's really easy. We have syncretized the two. You have been blessed by Romanian Jesus. It's great. It's fantastic. The only ethical use of AI slop. God. Very good, very cool. Better than AI Kirk. I don't know why people think he's worth that resurrecting. That's a good point. That's a good question. Ake Gray. My country is a shithole. Well, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate for your country there, buddy. It be like that. That's true, Boy Meets Finny. Anywho. I need to get started with this shit. We need to do this stuff so that I can go to bed. I'm only operating off of 2 hours of sleep, and I would like to go to bed. Guys, did you know the Daily Wire? Kind of dying. Shocker, I know. But the Daily Wire has now fired half of its staff in mass layoffs. Co-founder Ben Shapiro has lost 85% of his YouTube audience since last year. Does the rabbit pointing at the fucking clock image it'd be this here? It's like this, right? I'm the rabbit. Like, TikTok, Ben, TikTok. Your channel is dying. Your relevance is dead. And I've talked broadly speaking about this concept before, but where the right is essentially heading online is in a very, very anti-Semitic sort of turn, right? Gone are the days of, like, pseudo-intellectually dunking on lefties or whatever. What the right wing basically wants now is a bunch of just, for lack of a better term, just complete, like, schizo fucking conspiracy theories, right? That's what the right basically demands for right now. And there is no place for that in, well, for Ben Shapiro specifically, because he's Jewish. It really is just that, I don't want to say it's that simple, but, like, unironically, I mean, he's going to be rejected from the monster that he helped to create, right? Because this is natural for the sort of conspiratorial sort of nature of the right, right? They are incredibly anti-Semitic. I've talked about this concept before, but the right, generally speaking, is, well, and in terms of their conspiracy theories, has a propensity to be incredibly fucking anti-Semitic. It's just par for the fucking course. Every single conspiracy theory always leads back to anti-Semitism, whether we all like it or not, right? It all somehow connects back to blood libel in some way or another. Trust me, every single time you do a deep dive into all these like conspiratorial rabbit holes, it always leads back to that fucking particular juncture. It's stupid, it's fucking annoying, and it's nonsensical as always. But you know, Ben Shapiro is now getting caught in that, well, maelstrom, for lack of a better term, because like, I don't know if I just want to say it's like duh obvious, but it's kind of like duh obvious. Like, this was inevitably gonna fucking happen, right? This was always gonna fucking happen, right? Because, dog, people really do not like, well, Jewish people within the United States of America, or rather, the right, does not really like Jewish people within the United States of America. Like, if Nick Fuentes, Candace Owens, and Tucker Carlson are anything to go off of. But anywho, like, I mean, Ben Shapiro, we've been seeing the fucking fall off. 7 million subscribers, and he's, like, barely hitting, like, 100k views on like most of his videos. Like, even I've seen like a Majority Report segment on this of specifically like Ben Shapiro, I guess for like lack of a better term, talking about that stuff or talking about this shit in general, and it's bad. Like, honestly, it's really bad for Benny boy. It is looking rather rough for him. I think, like, in terms of his like subscriber growth as well, here, yeah, just real quick, it's also been like terrible for him. His views are bad. His YouTube channel is bleeding 100,000 subscribers. I mean, is it like a big deal in the grand scheme of things? It's not really in particular, but honestly, I mean, it's a sign of things to fucking come, right? Like, and it's fairly obvious why this is the case. No one is interested in the sort of like right-wing pseudo-intellectualism sort of shtick anymore. Like, the right is incredibly stupid. It is incredibly conspiratorially minded, and that's what they want right now. They're not interested in, say, like the Jordan Petersons of the world, who's like, he's like dead or something. I have no idea what the fuck's going on with him. He's like, his like brand of pseudo-intellectualism is not interesting anymore. Like, Candace Owens, I don't want to say like single-handedly, but she was like one of the biggest catalysts for this like downfall for the Daily Wire, because again, I guess the people within the far right, they are demanding more and more like crazed anti-Semitic like conspiracy theorists now from more than ever from their collection of sycophants and weirdos, generally speaking. Like, gone are the days of the, I don't know, principled pseudo-intellectual. Now it is the day of the anti-Semite fucking weirdo who just says a bunch of conspiracy theories. Like, I'm trying to like think of like what else is there to really say. Like, he has a big ass company. I know that they had to fire a bunch of people. Apparently, there were rumors of it going bankrupt and whatnot. I have no idea if any of like the fracking billionaire money that he used to get, does he get that anymore? I assume probably not, because who the fuck cares about the Daily Wire? They are wholeheartedly irrelevant, because they were not really willing to adapt to the new environment that has been laid forward by not only Trump, but the rest of the fucking right, of the incredibly anti-Semitic conspiratorial lens that it was always inevitably going to turn to, right? Because we're dealing with a collection of just complete cranks and conspiracy theorists. This has always been the right wing. Like, they have always believed in like insano, nutso fucking conspiracy theories, because again, these people are all, well, anti-intellectual fucking weirdos. So of course they're going to fucking believe in all that shit. Like, it shouldn't really be surprising whatsoever. And now it's starting to affect Ben Shapiro. He's now going to get, I guess for lack of a better term, completely blown out of the water because of what exactly? People just don't like the fact that he's, I'm saying this unironically, like, people just don't like the fact that he's Jewish. Like, that's what it is. Unironically. But then again, like, part of me doesn't really want to feel any sympathy for Ben Shapiro, to be honest, because, dog, this is this is unironically the bed that you made, and now you have to fucking lay in it. Yeah, exactly, Armor and Quill's like, thanks for getting our guy elected, but now you're yesterday's pundits. Like, you've outlived your usefulness. No one wants you anymore, right? Especially with, like, all the anti-Israel sentiment that's happening right now. It's a huge schism amongst the right? Like, and Ben Shapiro is a absolute, like, Zionist shill, and nobody likes that. Same thing with, like, Tim Pool and Jordan Peterson. Nobody wants the, like, pseudo-intellectual cranks anymore. They just want the insane, super anti-Semitic, insane fucking schizo posters. That's what they actually want. But yeah, I mean, like, what else is there to really say? We are probably now seeing the, shall we say, complete and utter combustion of the Daily Wire. No one is interested in pseudo-intellectual, like, I don't know, intellectual masturbators or whatever. People want their insano, schizo conspiracy theorists, right? And this has always been the sort of, like, predilection of the right. They, besides, obviously, them wanting racism or whatever the fuck, they just want their insane conspiracy theories and their fucking racism. Like, that's literally about it. Yep, it's no one wants debate, bros. Everybody wants vibes. That's exactly correct there, Boy Meets Mini. And I would also agree with you there, Armor and Quills. Yeah, Matt Walsh, if he just left the Daily Wire, would probably do better as a solo act, 1000%. Look at Candace Owens, right? She used to be a part of the Daily Wire. Is now a solo act. She's one of the most watched podcasts in America, which is terrifying, but whatever. But yeah, like, I mean, don't really know what else there is to say besides the time of the pseudo-intellectual debate, bro, is gone. It's a bygone era, and no one wants this. And what people want are the vibes and the insano fucking conspiracy theorists who are incredibly fucking anti-Semitic there, Ben. Again, like, you can keep talking about how you're afraid of the Republican Party being, well, extremely fucking anti-Semitic, and how you're not a big fan of that in particular. But then again, you're a fucking Zionist, little bro. You should love anti-Semites because it's only going to continue helping your inner desire. Not inner desire, that's not correct to say. But basically the goals of the state of Israel, which is basically that of an ethnic cleansing fucking campaign. Like, I guess it is what it fucking is, bro. This was always the inevitable consequence of shacking up with the fucking right. Now you're gonna have to, well, unironically, lay in the bed that you made for yourself. Don't think there's much else to say besides that. Well, we all know what fucking, like, trad cat typically means, right? Armor and Quills. It means they're fucking Nazis, generally speaking. Alright, I started the stream at 607 subs on YouTube, and now we're at 609. So, into nice? Ugh. Okay. I have to get through this.
Oh, good. You're getting more based by the day.
Thank you. Thank you, Sam. Very cool. But yeah, we've been having great growth in terms of the YouTube channel. We have been doing very well, folks. Okay, this is kind of a good meme. That's a good meme. Dude, all the blue magatards who keep saying, like, Hassan and Nick are the same. Bro, so fucking stupid, man. Unironically, there was a clip of, like, Nick Fuentes saying the N-word with the hard R, right? And then, like, N-word hard R hell, and Hassan being like, I don't know, I just want people to have health care. And these motherfuckers will still just make the dumbass claim that's just like, actually, these people are the exact same. So it's like, okay, man. How am I supposed to, like... How are you supposed to take any of these people seriously, bro? Very stupid, dude. Very dumb. Anywho. Let's get started with this bullshit here. Alright, sir. Orders have been received. It's time to build our dumbass fucking ballroom. Hop, 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 hop. Memes aside. We all know that all the, like, after the very strange shooting that happened in the White House Correspondents' Dinner, it's time to go ahead with the fucking meme. There's been like a saying that's been constantly, not repeated, but that Bell of the Fifth Column has been essentially talking about over and over again, where it's memes for the people and memes for the rich, I think, right? Is the saying. Basically the idea that the rich can just get whatever they want in terms of, say... I was gonna say like the ballroom, not that, but in terms of like wanting to have benefits for their sort of like economic form of production, tax cuts if they want tax cuts, whatever, you can have tax cuts. If you want to have like ways to acquire more capital, fuck it, who cares? Ways to acquire more capital. Yada yada yada, basically shit like that. Meanwhile, time to give like some, I don't know, dumbass meme for the people to sort of be distracted on. To, again, like I said before, the metaphorical sort of key fucking jingling. That's how you have to treat, like how you have to treat Republicans constantly. So obviously, like, dumbass fucking schizo post here by by Trump saying like, we need the ballroom, folks. We just need the ballroom. That's why we need it. We just need it. Because the military has been asking for it for 150 years. Any evidence of this? No. Stupid. The dumb, obviously.
Him talking about the shooting that happened at the Hilton, it was supposed to be the most safe and fucking secure. Apparently not. Like, literally even the manifesto from Cole Allen himself said, like, man, it is weirdly, like, not as secure as I thought it would be. Like, what the fuck is going on here? This is very, very strange. And all these, like, dumbasses saying, like, we need the ballroom, can't be having this ballroom lawsuit, stupid. Like, some dumbass a woman, very, very dumb, who's suing us for what reason exactly? Oh, because they don't want to let us have a ballroom. That's kind of fucked up. Which is just, again, we all know why Trump wants to have the ballroom. He wants to build the fucking dumbass ballroom because it's unironically the let them eat cake sort of moment. Like Marie Antoinette looking head ass over here saying, let them eat cake. I get to have my ballroom. I want to have my palace at Versailles. And meanwhile, as the poors all continue to struggle to put food on the table, I'm going to have all of my pedophile buddies and hang out with them at the, ballroom.
But in terms of, who's paying the ballroom? Because the initial sort of talking point that the Republicans would constantly say is that, why are you complaining about the ballroom? It's $400 million that's being privately fucking funded. It's like, okay, the problem is not the fact that it's being privately funded. It's the problem is that the White House is the people's house, right? So some random fucking jabroni going in there without the people's representatives to get to vote on what to do with the people's house is a bit of an issue and is not going to sit really well with, I would say, probably about 2/3 of the fucking goddamn country. The sycophants, they don't give a shit. They're all sycophants. It doesn't matter. They'll just, like, again, the keys get jingled and they say what the fuck they want to say. Blah, 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 blah. But here, Lindsey Graham is actually saying that the taxpayer now has to pay for the ballroom instead of the private donors who were supposed to pay for it. Well, what happened? What, they can't fucking fork over $400 million? Stupid.
We're going to introduce legislation that would authorize $400 million to be spent to secure to build the presidential ballroom. Underneath, there will be a lot of military stuff. There will be a Secret Service annex, and we've paid for it by offsetting it with custom fees. But the estimate is $332 million. We're going to do $400 million because I think it's probably going to take more.
Dude, unironically, like, literally anything these motherfucking Republican, these, like, avaricious, pedophilic dipshits can do to make the lives of people just worse, man, fuck it. They don't give a shit. Yeah, sir. Secret Service annex, military. We love military stuff, don't we, folks? It's anything that these motherfuckers can do to make your life worse, they'll just do it.
Private donations can be used, but I think they should be used for buying China and stuff like that. Underneath this ballroom will be infrastructure that is national security centric. The ballroom itself will avoid...
It's the fucking White House. Most of that shit is national security. Okay, whatever. I mean, stupid. These people are stupid.
The dilemma of having to leave the White House grounds with future presidents and this president to go downtown in a place that's less secure. President Trump said to me yesterday, we need the ballroom not just for me but for future presidents. He literally could have left his bedroom, walked out back of the White House, and been at the ballroom. That's what needs to happen when you have 1,000 or 2,000 people gathered in Day's environment. And the sooner we get the ballroom built, the more hardened it is, the better for the country. So,
yeah, man, totally. The better for the country to have the, like, pedophilic, avaricious, dipshit gathering that seemingly the president wants to do in his, like, Epsteinite fucking ballroom. Incredibly fucking stupid. But there's also a filing of a motion. Okay. There was a motion filed by, I think, the president himself, right? Where he's filing a motion to try to fight against the fucking ballroom lawsuit. And unironically, there's, like, uses of the term Trump derangement syndrome in here, commonly referred to as TDS, as noted by Democratic Senator John Fetterman of Pennsylvania and are represented by the lawyer Barack Hussein Obama, Gregory Craig. Bro, this fucking reads like a Truth Social post. what the fuck is this shit, dude? Why is the term fucking, like, Trump derangement syndrome leaving my lips in this particular instance? It's strange. Like, it reads like a fucking screed saying, like, the Democrats that are suing us, this government agency, it's very bad. Like, the National Trust for Historic Preservation is a beautiful name, but even their name is fake. Fake being all capitalized. Jesus. Because when they add the words in the United States to the National Trust for the Historic Preservation, makes it sound like a government agency, which it is not. It's an NGO, right? Like, that's what they do. But, like, again, like, Barack Hussein Obama, Trump derangement syndrome. I think he unironically had an executive order saying, ordering not the DHS, but the HHS to start, like, looking into Trump derangement syndrome as, like, a disease or something. It's just like, bro, what the fuck are we doing here? Like, again, memes for the people, but memes for the rich. Like, fuck it, who cares? Like, the perfect encapsulation of this, like, dumbass fucking goddamn, like, presidency. Stupid. Like, as an example, one venting system, one electrical system, one plumbing system, one security system, one air conditioning and heating system, one elevator connector, and very importantly, one structural steel and enforced concrete system, and more. Even the bulletproof and windows and glass and the heavy steel drone-proof roof protect what is below. Stupid. Like, what the fuck are we talking about with this, like, ballroom shit? It's stupid, you know, like, talking, like, listen, correspondence dinner, we're just gonna keep doing random talking points. This reads like a True Social post, like, unironically. Like, what are we doing here? Stupid. Like, wait, after the attack, a bipartisan chorus of legislators, analysts, and media pundits have vocally expressed support for the completion of the Ballroom project. Yeah, that's just a fucking lie. I don't think any Democrat has talked about wanting to complete the fucking goddamn Ballroom. Like, who? Like, I would like to see who besides John fucking Fetterman. We all know his dumbass does not count. Stupid. This group includes, there it is, Democratic Senator John Fetterman and Senator Rand Paul. In addition, in the long and storied history of the White House, dating back to 1791, Congress has never dictated or tampered with the zoning, permitting, or architectural aspects of any project, especially one being given free of charge as a gift to the country. Well, apparently Lindsey Graham says that he wants the taxpayer to now pay for it. Like, I mean, like, it's nonsense, right? Like, he's mentioning fucking Trump derangement syndrome in a fucking motion in a lawsuit, bro. This is... It's insanity. It reads like a True Social post. Like, he unironically made a True Social post a fucking motion for a lawsuit. It's genuinely insane. But here, quick Bell the Ranch video talking about this, shall we say, ridiculous situation.
Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bell again. So today, we're going to talk about how Trump wants you to pay for the ballroom now.
Yeah, you're gonna
Remember
pay
when
for
the $400 million ballroom was proposed, and Trump told the country that he or donors would pay for it? That was one of the big justifications for his ballroom for billionaires. At the end of March, he said, quote, "All of the money paid is paid by myself and donors." Just in case that was unclear, he further said, quote, "There's not one dime of government money going into the ballroom."
He has said this multiple
We've
times.
repeatedly pointed out that even if this was true on the surface, it's not really accurate, because construction isn't the only cost. Staff, electricity, security, and so on aren't paid by the donors. They're paid by you.
That's going to be paid by the taxpayers. Yeah, that's a great fucking point. I completely forgot about that, right? Like, maintenance for the building. Because, again, the White House is funded by, you know, the staffing and the maintenance of the White House. That is done by the fucking taxpayer. So, guess what? The dumbass fucking ballroom is also going to be funded by the fucking taxpayers, right? And he's just throwing it together all willy-nilly because he feels like he can just get away with it.
They'll cut grandma's health care or Social Security if necessary to pay for the billionaires to have a place to have massive amounts of social access to the president. But now there's a new wrinkle that surely nobody saw coming.
It's all an oligarchy.
Senator Lindsey Graham is pushing to have the construction funded by you. He said, quote, By funding these necessary upgrades to the ballroom and the White House's security infrastructure, President Trump and future presidents will be able to host large events without having to leave the White House grounds.
It's so fucking stupid, man. Like, I don't know, man. Like, the fucking dude, the Cole Allen's fucking manifesto himself said, like, why the fuck is the security, like, really lax here? I came in here, like, several days before, and I'd be, I'm expecting, like, Secret Service guys to be, like, literally everywhere. Like, what the fuck is going on here, right? Like, the circumstances for how that happened, it's so, like, strange and, like, nonsensical that you just have to, like, look at this and you're just like, oh, it's all because the president's just a complete fucking dumbass, isn't it? And it's like, yeah, it's because he's a fucking idiot.
Republican Representative Chip Roy of Texas got in on it, saying that the funding and approval should be attached to the budget reconciliation package the Senate is working on.
Of course.
Senator John Fetterman of Pennsylvania is the only Democrat, surprise, who has expressed support for building the project. So here's the fun part. Nope, not happening. They're not using the budget reconciliation package to fund and approve this, for two reasons.
I'm pretty sure that's just illegal. You just can't do that. It's not how that works, right? Like, it's just like, yeah, you can't, like, that's just not how that works. It's very silly.
First, as we talked about before, that budget resolution they passed is really better described as instructions for budget reconciliation. It has to be specific. It doesn't include it. Beyond that, it doesn't even include instructions for the right committees. So, there's no way to draft the language.
Oh, so it's all just inherently going to be a bit of a shit show then. Like, Jesus fucking Christ, bro. Like, oh yeah, you know, we're going to use budget reconciliation for, like, literally anything that we want, but it's like, yeah, but you can't use it for this, like, one literal specific thing. Like, you can't do that, right? Otherwise, it's just going to it's going to be sued, it's going to be in legal limbo, and it's just going to be a shit show. But when has that stopped the Trump administration before?
Second, even if they tried to say, oh, they're security upgrades, and therefore the DHS committee could do it.
I think
which
so,
is wrong,
Bonus
but
Mini.
they might try. This would constitute a change in policy and not a budget item. Therefore, the Byrd rule would be applied by the Senate parliamentarian, and it would be yanked. It's sad that Congresspeople don't understand their own procedures. Well, Senate majority...
Well, that's definitely the case for fucking Republicans. Like, we have seen people like Tommy Tuberville, and that guy is dumb as a fucking sack of rocks.
Majority Leader Thune seems to. He was reluctant to embrace the idea. He said, quote,
I wonder why.
we'll see what's achievable. Not this. There are other ways to do it, but this one isn't flying. Trump's statements about this, all being paid for by donors, was not true, as we said months ago. Now,
he lied.
let's also be clear about this. Billionaires shouldn't be funding this. It's a huge conflict. If it's necessary, the government should pay for it. But I don't think this thing should be built. I'd prefer the money go to make sure people get fed and people get health care, instead of paying for rich people to work out deals with the executive branch and turning the White House into a palace.
Wait, you're telling me, Belle, that this is essentially a Trump Marie Antoinette moment? And he's essentially saying, like, I just want to see all the rich and powerful. Because this has always been kind of the point of the run for the presidency, to be quite honest, that Donald Trump was doing. He essentially was just mad and salty about the fact that everyone made fun of him for being the one billionaire who was about to lose his billionaire status because he's an idiot. Trump, that is. You got mad about it. Ran for the presidency to try to restore his, like, good fucking name, and now has everyone schmoozing for him, or for him, basically, so they can just get beneficial deals for themselves that are incredibly fucking corrupt. Constant fucking pattern of behavior with this pedophilic, avaricious dipshit known as Donald fucking Trump. But yeah, I mean, like, what else is there to really say? As expected, if the fucking Republicans can somehow, like, flip this bill onto the American taxpayer, they will. Listen, memes for thee, but means for, well, the rich, right? In order to be able to have as many corrupt dealings as they want with the wannabe Mad King in, well, power within the United States of America. All through this, like, stupid-ass fucking ballroom. His, like, wannabe, shall we say, like, castle at fucking Versailles. He wants his fucking palace so that he can retire to or whatever and live out the very few twilight years that he still has left in his fucking life.
It's incredibly stupid, it's nonsensical, and as expected, the Republican Party has made it very, very clear what they're all about. Fuck you because you're poor, and all we care about is the rich. Don't think there's really much else to say besides that. Oh, man. Who the fuck are we going to raid out to today? And I got another big ass hole in my fucking goddamn sock. Oh, I got some more socks. My mom got me more socks. It's fine. But we're all good in terms of socks. Let's raid to Riverboat Jack. Alright, dorks. You know what to do, you know what to say. If you are a sub, you spam we go in there, we bless them with Romanian Jesus. And you do the transfer out of the Daho Reba. If you're a non-sub, you do the WoW with the Daho Reba. That's how we show appreciation to those who are tuning. In any case, gamers, I will be back tomorrow. We'll be continuing to do the same stuff that we've always been doing and playing more factoring of our Oreos. Very cool, very good, very cool. Anyway, gamers, I will be back tomorrow. Same time, same place, same face. Peace out, gamers.